So again, taking a look at the big picture, we'll pull together a team from the major factions of the organization because they know where the threats are in their particular areas. We'll perform a risk analysis to identify where the vulnerabilities are and what the business impact of each of these threats on those valuable information assets are. We will then begin to identify the acceptable risk level. Now, this is done jointly with senior management. This is not the objective or the responsibility of the security team. Senior management will always identify the acceptable risk level. We'll simply identify to them where we see risks, and then we'll implement or we'll propose countermeasures that will reduce that risk to hopefully a level management will find acceptable. We then will identify baselines, in other words, the minimum level of security. A breach of this baseline triggers an incident and an investigation. So these baselines say this is what we expect as a minimum level of security for our organization. And then finally, we build the metrics so that we can measure the effectiveness of our physical security program. To summarize, the goals of the physical security program are to deter the attack, delay the attack, detect the attack, assess the attack, and then respond to the attack. We should implement countermeasures for each of these areas so that we can increase our physical security for the facility. We perform risk analysis to help bring the risk to an acceptable level. Remember, acceptable level of risk is defined by senior management. We simply tell them or advise them where we think we can get it if we implement the appropriate countermeasures. This identifies then a physical security baseline so that we can identify what exactly is an incident, what is an infraction of our physical security. And from there we will implement countermeasures to maintain that security baseline.